you doing this morning? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Do you want to go flying today? Bugaboo, do you want to go flying? Okay, get your parachute. Let's go, okay? Bugaboo. 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 What are you doing? What are you doing? You silly boy. Wow, what a flight. I'm glad Anna got to go with me. That was amazing. I think that's probably the very best flight I've ever had, ever. Super smooth, beautiful morning. Wow. I cannot wait to take more people who come visit us on a scenic flight around here. It's just such a beautiful area. All right, I'm home. Alyssa's awake. I think we'll probably do breakfast. And then we've got to make a plan for what to do today. The good weather stretch looks like it might hold out for a few days. I know because I set the altimeter on the airplane this morning. This is a high pressure system. Hopefully it'll hold, and maybe we can get a lot of work done on the house. Well, Anna's headed home, so it's back to Alyssa and I. Well, for a couple of days anyway. We'll have to wait to see if we've got people coming back this weekend to give us a hand. We're gonna kind of work as though that's going to happen. So while it's really tempting for Alyssa and I to try to put up panels, we're actually going to focus almost exclusively on prep, just like we were yesterday. So we left off with the shoes and cutting the sill plates down to dimension. We're gonna pick up there, get that stuff done, and then I think we may do a lumber-a-thon and get a lot of the dimensional lumber ripped down so that it fits inside the sips. We learned that if we cut like 7 1/4, way too tight, even though that's what the inside dimension of the sip is supposed to be. To make life way easier, we've been ripping them down to 7 1/8. And you know what? We probably better make it 7 1/16. Why make it too hard on yourself? I was kind of looking at panels last night, and I realized that on the west wall here, and the east wall there are only a couple on each wall, full size, full width, full height panels, like this guy down here. Those are really the only difficult panels on either of these walls. We have so many windows that we end up with a lot of smaller panels. So this panel here, it's not full width, but it is full height. So that one might be a little difficult. Otherwise, we have just window openings. All these panels are pretty small, like this. And Alyssa and I can totally do those. So even if we don't have help this weekend, we can definitely get some panels up. I also realized in the gables up here that we have so many windows there that there's also very few full width, full height panels. I guess that's good news, because I think part of what we were worried about with the walls is that the panels would be really hard to install and that we would kind of get our butts kicked. Now the roof, that's a whole different story. Those panels are thicker at 12 inches than these, which are 8 inches, and they're way longer. They are almost 21 feet and a full 24 feet. Definitely gonna need a crane for those. I think our neighbor is gonna come get his trailer and bobcat. So we better start with getting rid of all these spacer sips. Tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to go on my very first cross-country flight, and I really want Alyssa to join me. Kind of wanted her to go this morning because I knew it would be a great flight, and it was, but she was sleepy, and I can't blame her. So hopefully tomorrow morning we're actually going to jump in an airplane together and go for about a 200-mile flight. About 3 hours or so between all the takeoffs and landings. So hopefully we'll make some good progress today. We'll kind of start our day tomorrow with a flight if the weather holds, and then back to prep. When we were in Maine, we cheated and we sharpened our slick on a Tormac sharpener, but it created a kind of dished out sharpening curve, and I was hesitant to try to hone this slick because it's a 2.5-inch slick on our stones. So we sent it home with Brian, who's been helping us. He had a sharpening service in the Seattle area who flattened the edge. And they also put a micro bevel on it, which they wish they wouldn't have done. But now we should be able to fine tune it and then put it through a strop. And for the first time, we'll be able to use our silly slick that we bought a year ago and we haven't really used yet. Push. Best screw I think I've ever put in. Oh yeah. Oh, it's good. Oh. Do I?
Flip it, make the square edge up.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We got all the upper sills are cut and the upper shoes are installed. Now we need to plumb down to the garage sills and get those cut. The verticals on the sides and then the ones on the slab itself.
My hat's covered in sawdust down there.
Sorry. So we've got a string that runs from sill to sill, and what we need to do is measure from the rim to that string and make sure that it's pretty darn consistent all the way across, because that's what we're going to use to base that lower shoe off of. And what we're establishing now is the plane in which the sips will sit. I'm thinking that we may want to actually also plumb down from the rim to the sills to try to get kind of a line that we can use, kind of like we've been doing up here with the 3/4 inch spacer and the shoe. Get all that? Wow, no way. 9 inches to the string. Oh,
9 inches.
you dirty dog.
I was just telling Jesse how it's crazy because now I feel like the work is going relatively quick, but prior to kind of this stage, I felt like 80% of our time was spent squaring and leveling. And every time we set a level anywhere, we're level, so we don't have to do that anymore. So now we can just work. So what I'm trying to say is all this like painstakingly slow stuff was worth it over the summer, right?
I like when we go up to the hot tub and I just set a level on the hot tub.
And it's like, it's level.
Yeah.
I could see you being 80 years old and you take your cane and you hobble over to the counter in the kitchen, pull out your level.
But the question is, would my cane have a level on it?
It probably would.
My cane probably would be a level. All right, come on, lucky dog. Oh yeah, 16 Thunder. Sold. It's pretty good all the way across. Guys, we almost forgot. We were about to do a bunch of work, and I just realized, actually my tummy realized, it's LF30. Oh yeah. This means break time.
It would be nice to get the furring strips done, so if we need some calories to power through, so be it.
We'll get it.
I think so.
So let's do a mark on each side.
Okay.
And we'll do one for the string.
Okay.
And we'll do one for the rim.
Okay.
So let's snap the outside line. What I need you to do is you need to hold it all the way to the sill, but you need to hold it over the crow's foot, right? Okay, you're happy there?
Poof.
Looking good. So the outside line is where the sip will we'll actually cut this sill plate back, and this edge of the sip will be right here, and then this is the inside of the sip. So when we set the shoe, we need to put our spacer and our sip, and that will determine where the shoe goes. So now we can transfer our line here, make a crow's foot there, one here, and we'll transfer those up, and that'll give us the shoe and the trim dimension. Yara. You know what's really good? Haha. That's the inside of the sip. And that's our post. Yay.
The fact that we're this far and we're talking about like, it's an 8th off, like, pretty good for Jesse and Alyssa.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Maybe an 8. Maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. So what we're worried about is that this rim sticks out from our steel beam probably a solid 1/2 inch, which has me super worried because the sips, we just can't have that. We can't, the sips have to be in a straight line because we're gonna end up putting a top plate on the sips right here, and it'll become the shoe for the next row, and you just aren't gonna be able to twist that board. It's gotta be straight so that we can put the shoe in. And what had me worried is that our line that we snapped is right at the base of that post. And I was looking up and I checked that post for plumb, and it's pretty stinking plumb. But when we plumb bob off the rim up here, Alyssa's telling me we're within an 1/8 down there. So that means this post is not plumb. It's close, but it's off about 1/2 inch and 10 feet. Mm-hmm. And the reason we did that was because this beam, I think, came out to be not right. Something happened there where that post is chasing this beam instead of being dead plumb.
Well, it's also rotated ever so slightly. But
That's
'cause our
right.
brackets are rotated.
Because the brackets are
And
rotated.
it's all fine.
Yeah, well, all I care about this point is that that line is actually plumb from the rim, which is good news.
Yeah.
Whew, another disaster averted. Or near disaster. Can you snap it?
Ready?
Yep.
Well?
Oh yeah. You wanna check them for plumb too, real quick?
Yeah. That was pretty good. Wow, we're like killing it today. This is so awesome. It's really tiring being this awesome.
So I'll give you the measurements for the shoe up here.
Okay.
If you want to cut that, and I'll give you the measurement for the shoe over there. And then I can give you the measurement for the vertical sills if you want to chop those.
Okay.
And then we can start cutting all the lower ones too.
Sounds like a plan.
And I'll work on ripping these off. This one is 122.
Nice work.
Ah, watch out!
Peace.
Alyssa's working overhead. What you got going there? Ah! Ah! Watch out, bugaboo! Ah!
There she is.
There it is. Oh, that wasn't very dramatic. Oh, I'm totally getting you guys. Oh, what are you guys doing? What are they doing?
They just like dive bombed us.
Silly geese.
Look at them, now they're going back to their field.
These geese around here, I think they're on the Kool-Aid or something. You know what it is? They're Twitter-pated. So I got all the sill plates cut. Those are looking really good. And Alyssa's working on getting the shoes up top. So I'll probably jump to these vertical shoes. And then I think all we have to do is put the shoes on these bottom guys.
What?
And then we're on to the next project. Our hungery's kicking in, but we've only got 4-ish sill plates to go. 5? 4,
1, 2,
5.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
But 4 is small.
We got this, but I do definitely hear the chicken parmesan calling our names.
yeah.
All right, let's go. Happy?
Yep. Which half job?
This outside
Oh, yeah.
crap.
So now is when we check our work to see if our vertical lines match up with our horizontal line. And it looks like we're off just a little bit, so we're gonna move this
Maybe an 1/8, yeah.
shoe out maybe an 1/8 or so. It's gonna look so good. Mo happy?
Mo gooder.
Mo better.
Mo perfect.
Wow.
That's good.
It's gonna be like a freaking inside our garage door soon.
I know, right? Look at that. Like,
Sweet. Can I screw down?
Yeah.
Alyssa's too short, requires assistance. So I screw on a good day. Last one. Oh yeah. Do you agree that you're just stoked to be making progress?
Yeah, this is awesome. It's been a long day for me. I've been up since 5:45, but I'm glad we pushed through and we took advantage of the good weather. And yeah, I knew this project would be big. That's why we were trying to do it before, you know, because it's like at least a full day. But I am really glad.
Test fitting the SIPs, in addition to knowing their measurements, has been invaluable.
Yeah, I am super glad we did not do it. That we would have regretted.
I think the lesson learned is you can only work so far ahead. And it sucks because a lot of times we have energy and we want to work, but we can't work. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, if you don't know your material, then, I mean, you're just asking for disaster, I think, if you get too far ahead of yourself.
But look at that, like that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Boom. I was hugging Jesse, just enjoying a moment, admiring our beautiful home, and he took off running. He headed toward the SIPs. I think I know what he's going after. He's checking his phone. Yep.
149.
149.
149.
Let's do it. Oh my god. This is such an epic ending to the night.
Come on. Let's go check it.
Oh wow. Oh wow, you're like going for it. Whew.
Go Roger.
Ow, ow, ow. Hey buddy. Oh. Straight for pets. Straight for pets. Bugaboo. What have you been doing all day?